set tomorrow's session agenda? One Republican senator is calling out the Democratic supermajority. And from the nation's capital, we've got the latest on House Resolution 1365.
Good evening, Guam. I'm Chris Barnett. In our top story tonight, follow the law. This is the word from the governor on the looming federal cockfighting ban, but the Magahaga adds enforcing that ban will still be the lowest priority for Gov Guam. Here's more. What is Governor Lou Leon Guerrero telling cockfighters about the federal bird fighting ban that goes into effect this Friday?
My advice is to follow the law.
While the Gov is advising island cockers to follow the law, the fact remains Guam law, passed by senators this year, says local enforcement of the federal cockfighting ban will be the lowest priority for Gov Guam. We asked the governor what that means.
We are faced with drug situations here. We're faced with protecting our community, keeping them safe in their homes, and it becomes a low priority because really it doesn't do much harm to the community by having the cockfighting. But if we are faced with, hey, come over here, there's a domestic violence situation versus, hey, somebody's having cockfighting here, I mean, where would you go with the limited resources that we have?
The stateside-based Animal Wellness Action Group has made waves on island by offering rewards for tips that lead to federal cockfighting convictions, and by saying when it comes to the cockfighting is culture argument, they say they've heard it all before. The group yesterday released a statement saying cockfighting is not culture, but the governor disagrees. She says she grew up seeing cockfights and she thinks it is part of the Chamorro culture.
I think so. I really do. It may not be an indigenous culture and was brought over by the Spaniards, but it has been brought into the Chamorro traditions and practices.
Meanwhile, Speaker Tina Munya Barnes also weighed in on the cockfighting is not culture debate by saying, quote, now a bunch of former attorney generals from other states are telling me that they know more about our island and culture? Give me a break. End quote. What's the agenda? Minority Whip Senator Tello Taitagui is calling out the Democrat supermajority of the legislature for not setting a session agenda. Here's more. Minority Whip Senator Tello Taitagui calls out her Democrat colleagues, saying there was no Committee on Rules meeting to set the agenda for tomorrow's session. Although Speaker Tina Munya Barnes and the governor have publicly said this session will tackle Bill 181, the local war claims bill.
We haven't gotten anything in writing. They haven't sent anything to us.
Taitagui said setting an agenda through a Committee on Rules meeting helps senators and the public prepare.
This allows the senators to pull these bills, to study these bills, to look at the committee reports, go back, make phone calls to verify if certain things are true. I mean, this is the way you scrutinize bills. And for them to just, okay, I want this bill to pass no matter what, nobody say anything, let it go, is downright, reckless.
Meanwhile, Rules Chair Senator Regine Bisco-Lee's office confirms there was no core meeting to set the agenda and that it would be too late to publicly notice a Rules meeting ahead of tomorrow's session. Lee had been off-island attending an Obama Foundation conference. We asked Senator Taitagui if she thinks her colleagues' off-island travel has affected the performance of the 35th Guam legislature.
Well, if you look at the record, how many times they've been off-island taking trips instead of paying attention to some, what's happening right on this island or what's important to our war survivors. If they thought our war survivors were important just as we think they are, then they should have called session on December 1st.
Taitagui is referencing senators' decision to hold off on acting on Bill 181 until late November at the urging of Guam delegate Michael San Nicolas. The delegate had said moving forward with the local war claims effort would jeopardize H.R. 1365. That's the Congressional Technical Corrections Bill that would facilitate the payment of war claims to World War II survivors. In response, Senator Lee states, quote, I do want to assure the public that Speaker Tina Munya Barnes coordinated with Minority Leader Will Castro on this session, and she has let me know Senator Castro was more than supportive of this month's single-item agenda. Nevertheless, any bill can be considered in this session through a majority vote, notwithstanding the House rules. In other news, lawmakers are scheduled for a legislative session on Wednesday to revive discussion on Bill 181. We have an update on the status of H.R. 1365.
Back from a trip to the nation's capital, Guam GOP's Juan Carlos Benitez says Congressman Michael San Nicolas's War Rep Bill H.R. 1365 is going through the hotline process.
At this stage, Section 2 of the bill has been stricken down by the Senate, and it's now being referred to the Senate as a whole. Once the Senate votes on it, then it normally would have gone through conference, but there's being an agreement with the House that they're going to bypass conference and they're just going to vote on the amended bill as it is. Once that's done, it'll go for a signature of the president, and then we're good to go.
Benitez says H.R. 1365 might go up for a vote any day now, but says it will likely be grouped together with several other measures.
We've been advised that it's probably going to be a package of hotline bills. There's a number of bills throughout Congress that they're looking at getting together into one package, and then they're going to bring them in and vote on them all together. So you won't see one line item that says voting on H.R. 1365. It's going to be voting on the following group of legislations.
Benitez was recently in the nation's capital with a delegation of both Republican and Democrat lawmakers from Guam lobbying for H.R. 1365. Guam senators, you may recall, held off on acting on local war claims Bill 181 at the request of Delegate San Nicolas to see what action Congress would take on the measure. Governor Lulian Guerrero says they're not waiting anymore and will move forward on the local bill. She has maintained that Bill 181 complements H.R. 1365. As for Benitez's comment regarding a vote could be any day, it's news to her.
My chief of staff has advised me that his contacts aren't, they're saying they don't know anything about what's going on with the bill other than, it's there. So I have not had any verification from any of my federal resources. But Congressman Mike San Nicolas might have some other people that he's been talking to that we're not in touch with.
Lawmakers are scheduled to go into session at 2 o'clock on Wednesday to discuss Bill 181. H.R. 1365 was introduced to clear up a technical error in the previously enacted Guam War Claims Recognition Act, authored by former Congresswoman Madeline Berdalio. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Sabrina Salas, Matsinani.
If you happen to be driving past the Guam main facility in Barragata early this morning, then chances are you witnessed several federal law enforcement agents donning bulletproof vests surrounding a vehicle at the entrance of the Barragata Postal Office. Now, viewers submitted video shows agents handcuffing a male and taking him into custody. No other information has been provided as of news time. Well, the court denies co-defendants and brothers Emmanuel Resalop and Jordan Ratchalop's request for acquittal after being found guilty by a jury for the June 2019 Manila machete attack incident. Both defense counsels filed renewed motions for judgment of acquittal. During trial, the court granted oral motions for acquittal on a few of the various charges. However, the remaining charges of aggravated assault, possession or use of a deadly weapon, terrorizing, and criminal mischief will stand. In the decision and order court document, Judge Vern Perez addressed each charge separately and ultimately found that the evidence presented was sufficient to sustain the verdicts determined by the jury. Sentencing is scheduled for December 19th. Well, a fight over beer sends Axon Nyosi to jail. The incident occurred back in September, but he recently turned himself into police. The 32-year-old admitted to getting into an argument with a man 3 months ago and stabbing him. The alleged assault occurred at the Old Marianas Trench parking lot. The victim alleged he was drinking beer with Nyosi, but when he walked away, he thought he left and wasn't coming back, so he drank his beer. When Nyosi returned, he allegedly became angry and the two began fighting. He was charged with aggravated assault and with a special allegation of possession and use of a deadly weapon and the commission of a felony. Well, Guam Animals in Need announced a $1,000 reward for information leading to the arrest or grand jury indictment of the person responsible for a string of deadly pet poisonings in Molesto. 18 dogs and 2 cats belonging to 3 families living on Caneni Road and Mauricio have died under suspicious circumstances since mid-November. Dr. Lisa Silk of Isla Veterinary Clinic confirmed that blood work and clinical analysis completed on 2 pets show evidence of antifreeze poisoning. Anyone with information about these violent crimes is urged to contact GAIN at 4246 or the Guam Crime Stoppers at guamcrimestoppersweb.com. Well, stick around for more news here on Primetime. We'll be back.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Normal should never be abandoned, abused, neglected. 265 foster children on Guam have longed for family, clothes, and food. See their faces. Hear their stories, be a foster family, and bring them home, where faith, love, and stability will change their lives. Please support the magic of giving this Christmas.
Half the day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
Matson is in this community. We've been in this community for decades. We're gonna be in this community for decades to come. Things will get busy, things will get quiet, but we're gonna be here. We're your hometown carrier. And that matters to us.
Reliability is the core of our business. We take pride in ensuring that we arrive in Guam on time as scheduled.
It's our local employees who understand the market, who understand the business, and provide that hard work for you each and every day.
When we hold ourselves to high standards, our customers also hold us to high standards. We establish good business relationships that turn into friendships. That's why it's so important to be here and be trusted by your customers. We want you to trust Matson like your friend, like your family.
Howdy, folks. I'll never forget that fateful day. I was having a lovely ride with my KFC biscuits when, boom! An easily avoidable accident resulted in a collision of flavors that became my most delicious creation yet.
New KFC Cinnabon Dessert Biscuits. Get it with every 12-piece meal. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
I'm okay!
Attention Guam business owners. Green Energy Solutions would like to help you save on your power bill. We supply various LED lighting, energy-efficient air conditioners, solar thermal VRF systems, and solar panels. You can count on our product warranty and quick turnaround and immediate response service. GESI has saved other local businesses over 80% off their power. Call us to see how much we can save your business. Call us today at 647-8111 or visit gesiguam.com for more information. It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back. The governor and lieutenant governor got some FaceTime with former President Barack Obama as the 44th president of the United States was on island briefly to refuel his plane.
We talked a little bit about the H-2B worker situation. We talked about compact impact negotiations. Basically, he spent about maybe half an hour with us, and it was a very good meeting.
Obama was traveling from Malaysia, where his foundation hosted the inaugural Leaders Asia-Pacific Gathering in Kuala Lumpur. Governor Leon Guerrero described the former president as impressionable and down-to-earth, and she added her administration has his seal of approval.
He asked me what are the biggest issues that's facing our island, and then we talked politics a little with what's happening with elections and so forth. But he was very complimentary of our leadership, and that it's a good direction that we're going down.
To get our economy growing again.
The governor called Obama a very good Democrat president. She added that he was traveling on from Guam to Hawaii. In other news, the Guam Memorial Hospital met with Adelup to discuss an update on the Army Corps of Engineers assessment, amongst other concerns for the hospital. According to GMH Administrator Lillian Posadas, they're still waiting for the draft report from the engineers, expected to come in January. Then GMH will provide feedback with a finalized report from the Army Corps by March.
Basically, what they did at the outbriefing was that, they identified that some of the parts of our hospital are not really meeting the code and the standards of the hospital facility. They're developing some new codes and new standards, and they recognize that our facility is old, and so therefore, really the lifespan of any hospital facility per their standard is 50 years. So we're at 45 years.
As for the immediate electrical repairs that include the distribution panel, Posadas says it has been maintained with several repairs done by the Guam Power Authority.
Some of it were, one of it, the most, they used their infrared, device to take a look and see where the hot spots are, what are in need of immediate repair, and what was one of the hot spots was the breaker that needed to be replaced. So it was a 600 amp breaker, and so we replaced that immediately.
According to Posadas, GPA visits the hospital for monthly checkups on the facility's electric distribution panel. Well, during the USO Council meeting, April Barzanti was honored with the USO Worldwide Volunteer of the Year Award. Barzanti moved to Guam in 2017 from England, and since then, she has helped at the USO Anderson Center Monday through Friday. Barzanti said she volunteers her time by offering services for military families that are distant from one another, being in the military like she is.
Volunteering is actually making me feel like a part of a family that maybe I don't have here on Guam. I get to see a lot of regular customers that come in, and obviously spend time at the USO, and you get to know them as people, and honestly it makes me feel a better person to help out. I just turned around to one of the center managers and I was like, hey, I would love to continue volunteering. I only started off doing a couple hours a week, and then I ended up being there 5 days a week just to help them, really, and that was it.
Within the 2 years, Barzanti has volunteered a total of 2,500 hours. She was selected among 30,000 global volunteers with the USO. In part of the rehabilitation of the Sinania Recreational Facilities project under the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority, the ribbon has been cut for the Sinania baseball field. The project began in 2014 with the Sinania basketball court rehab. According to GURA Executive Director Ray Tapasnia, the construction budget for the entire Sinania Recreational Center was about $900,000.
We hope that the central villages, to include Sinania, of course, that the kids from these villages will benefit from this project.
Tapasnia adds this will benefit approximately 28,000 low to moderate income families in central Guam. The resurfaced field also includes new LED lights.
The LED lights. And we've also improved the field, so we're very excited about that.
The Sinania Mayor's office will be responsible for the maintenance.
Agent Alpha.
What's that? An Alpha Insurance customer needs a claim settled immediately? I'm on it.
Agent Alpha.
In the event of an accident, theft, or breakdown, each of our Alpha Insure agents are trained to go above and beyond.
This is my stop. There she is. Target acquired.
Agent Alpha.
Yes!
Morning, 2 coffees and 4 orders of those new donut sticks.
You must really love these donut sticks.
I do, but they're not for me. They're for them.
Meet me in the middle. I'm losing my mind.
I will take a coffee, though.
Introducing new cinnamon sugar donut sticks from McCafe. Made fresh every morning. It's a little sweet to go with your coffee.
Holidays happening at Docomo Pacific's Red Friday. Purchase select phones on our popular Now program and choose a free gift, like free wireless earphones or huge discounts on the latest smartwatch. Prepaid friends get free free load with select prepaid phones. And get a chance to win a Nintendo Switch when you take a selfie with our new AI dog, Spark. Come in for a happening holiday now. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
This holiday season, take a deal home at the Big Finish 2019, only at Cars Plus. Finish the year with the perfect gift under your Christmas tree. Take advantage of employee pricing on new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Visit us at carsplusguam.com.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
All right, welcome to sports. Tonight we're going to be talking about a very worthwhile organization that always has something going on, Special Olympics. And joining us on the show, we have Frank Florig and Jerry Leon Guerrero. Now, Jerry, Frank is a Giants fan, so we're not going to talk to him tonight at all.
We won our third game.
Eli's last home game. You guys
yes,
won,
sounds
so
like it.
Great stuff. But Jerry, wanted to start with you. Let's talk about your involvement in Special Olympics.
So I am not only the board member of Special Olympics, but I'm the director of communications, and I'm the chairperson for the softball event that we're currently having.
Right, we wanted to get to that, but what got you into Special Olympics?
I believe it was I think I'm over a decade with Special Olympics. Wow. And Frank one day came over to visit me over at my office and wanted to talk about one of my previous clients of getting involved. And since then, over 4 hours of good talk about the program, I was sold. And since then, yes. And since then, it's not
permanently.
Yeah,
yep.
Definitely.
You're locked in for life.
Right.
And Frank, we've seen that before. People, when they get their first taste of a Special Olympics event or a fundraising effort or something, they're immediately hooked and asking you, how else can I help? Because it's such a great organization.
It is. And I think what makes it great is the concept of giving people with intellectual disability a chance to cross over that fence and play with other people, children, and become part of the island community. And you just walk away with great satisfaction.
Yeah.
I know you do. I've seen you out there.
Absolutely, it's a great time. We've done a few things with the Special Olympics, and they're just the greatest events. And you guys are always rolling out new events. We've talked about this. You just had the football event, which was a huge success. A lot of people came together to make that possible. And the one thing that we've got coming up is softball. Let's talk about it.
Right. So softball, we are in our third year. And it's a unified pony and Special Olympics together. We partnered. We started our league games and our practices on October 12th. So we're going like almost 12 weeks with a couple of weekends of delay because of the rain. We have about a little bit over 60 athletes that registered for, we have about 6 teams. We have over 12 coaches. And quite a few of our coaches are seasoned coaches that they have come back since the beginning. We have 2 major coordinators, which is Maria Floric and Marissa Maritita, who are veterans in the softball, women's league and high school and adults. So we have a good compilation of support. Of course, our parents come out, and the athletes, families, and volunteers. We get a good showing with our military, who comes out and does the scorekeeping and umpiring. Yeah. So it's so far it's doing pretty well. We finished our league games, which takes about, there's like 5 league games, and our championship games this weekend. So we have about 6 teams vying for first place, and so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah,
very competitive.
When and where people want to go and spectate?
So it's this Saturday. That'll be December 21st. Our opening ceremony starts at 8 o'clock. It's over at Paseo Stadium.
Excellent.
So it's fantastic. We're going to have popcorn. We're going to have free food. And yes,
free food,
definitely. Yep. We're going to have music. We're going to have a great commentator there that morning to talk about the games. We have 6 teams, and one of them is Hulks, the Braves, the Dolphins, Mighty Storm, Panthers, and I believe I'm probably missing one more, but can't think of it right now. Yeah,
And
pretty
Frank,
exciting.
we've talked before that these competitors, they're not just there to show up and participate. Like, they're full on competing.
Oh,
and
they
they're
are
taking this seriously.
They are. They they don't skip practices, and they go through a long process of skill training. It's our third year, and I've seen them actually jump for the balls now, and these are athletes that you'd think would never do that. I know every year I get really surprised with parents coming up to me, and they're in tears, and you kind of think, did we do something wrong?
Yeah.
And they said, never in our wildest dream we would see our Johnny or our Joan out there playing softball with the rest of the kids.
They just need a chance to get out.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
compete.
Yes.
And where we differ with softball is we've actually, she had mentioned earlier, it's a unified sport. So we take children and adults, same age as our athletes, and we combine them to become teammates.
Right.
So they learn from each other. The children without disabilities and the adults learn how to deal and protect those with disabilities.
Right.
And those with disabilities learn how to work with their teammates and become part of our community. So it works nicely.
So what we did was, in the beginning, like Frank said, is we the first 3 practices we did was called a skills test assessment, and so every athlete that participated had to go through whether how they pitch, how they catch, how they run, how they throw, and so after that we have the 2 leads that end up assessing all the athletes and determining and actually creating an even playing balance of field for all the athletes.
And we are crowning a champion this weekend.
Yes.
We certainly are.
Do not miss it, guys. Again, Frank, Jerry, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having
If
us.
I may just real quickly, I'd just like to thank the Pony Championship League.
Right.
And we've had actually, we've had Bill Bennett that has helped Jerry oversee the training and process. I'd also like to thank Department of Parks and Recreation. Without them, we won't be having our league games and our championship games at their facilities. I would be remiss if I don't thank Ukadu High School, GDOE, Mrs. Meno from Ukadu, and Kelly Sokola, who has really worked at giving us the time we need to play and practice at their field. And I think more importantly, we've got a slew of partnership, KUAM being one of them. You've covered us throughout the years. We also have Matson, who paid for the uniforms for all the teams.
Oh, nice.
And
A lot of people come together
we can
for
just go down a slew of lists. And speaking, being we're in the holidays, I think I speak on behalf of our program, our athletes, our parents, our sponsors. Happy holidays to our community.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas to you
Merry
too as
Christmas.
well. This Saturday at Paseo, don't miss it.
I am an Instagram boyfriend. Colorful backgrounds, candids, staged candids. I get them all. But now that rolled chicken tacos are back at Taco Bell,
Oh, babe, look!
my hands are tied.
Sunset heart hands! Babe, sunset heart hands! Sunset heart hands!
Let's just enjoy this moment.
Take the picture!
So easy to dip, so hard to put down. Rolled chicken tacos are back with your choice of dips, only at Taco Bell.
I'm Ruby Santos. I'm from the beautiful southern village of Umatic. One of the things that we take pride in is promoting Guam through our music, through our original compositions of songs. Here on Guam, what makes us different is our people. When we can extend that Hafaday spirit of being sincere, being genuine, being truthful, being honest, that's all part of our Hafaday spirit. The hospitality, our hearts, the genuine friendships and connections that we establish, it's all from the heart, and they can feel it. The Hafaday Pledge is something that should be taught also to our children. I think when you plant that seed in them, they'll understand it at an early age how important it is to be hospitable, to receive and embrace not only our own culture, but to embrace the other cultures around us. We are all one people.
I hinanauta nui manauta tanu I Tumoru Siha at the Senator Antonio M. Palomo Guam Museum and Chamorro Educational Facility, featuring state-of-the-art technology and the most complete display of Guam's history and culture in the Chamorro language to date. We have over 300 curated artifacts, thousands of images, multiple audios, and short films to guide you through the historical Chamorro narrative of Guam. Take the journey at the Guam Museum. For more information, visit www.guammuseum.org.
Attention Guam business owners. Green Energy Solutions would like to help you save on your power bill. We supply various LED lighting, energy efficient air conditioners, solar thermal VRF systems, and solar panels. You can count on our product warranty and quick turnaround and immediate response service. GESI has saved other local businesses over 80% off their power. Call us to see how much we can save your business. Call us today at 647-8111 or visit gesiguam.com for more information.
The phone you want now on the best network and a plan that gives you endless data on chat, social, and music apps. Tell your Docomo Pacific rep you want now with access. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply.
And before we close out the news tonight, you know the deal. It's our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
All right, everybody, there's no need to do a Throwback Tuesday because we are celebrating the present. Birthday presents, that is. So, happy birthday to Kainoa Flores. Happy 5th birthday, Kainoa. Your family says we love you. Hope you're having an amazing Spider-Man birthday. And this comes from Mom, Dad, Malia, and the Flores, Taitagui, and Paulino families. Also, happy birthday to Mary Mindiola, who blows out the candles today. So, Mary, we respectfully hope you have a fantastic birthday yourself. Also, a belated birthday wish is going out to Kayla Ray. It's Kayla Ray's 9th birthday. And to our royal princess, forever and a day, we love you, coming from Benj, Pa, and family. All of us at KUAM and Cold Stone Creamery wish all of you have the best birthday ever.
And remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online at KUAM.com. But please make sure to include with your photo your name and birthday. Well, that's going to do it for us here on the KUAM News Desk, but stay tuned. Jason Solis is on the way with Extra.